How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Little Shop of Hoarders and the PDX Picker channel. I am Chris. Got some orders that have sold for me again on Poshmark and eBay. Today I want to talk about what's going to be happening for me, what my strategy is, because I'm going to be going out of town for 5 days. And I want to implement a strategy that doesn't just make my sales go away completely. So I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do, what's worked for me in the past, and what hopefully we'll be able to recreate this time around. So stick around. After the intro song, we'll get into pulling those orders. We'll talk about that topic.
Wanna buy that Farrah Fawcett poster? There's dispensers and a toaster. Don't know why. That kind of stuff you throw away. I'll sell on eBay.
All right, it is pouring rain outside, so I am going to be using my microphone, my not great microphone, the one that's crackly and staticky. I'm trying a little bit of a different setting on the camera to see if maybe that can help mitigate it. I apologize in advance, so if it doesn't sound great, we're probably going to make this relatively short because of it. Let's go ahead and pull the Poshmark order, and then we'll get into the topic about what I'm going to do. I'm going on vacation, turning off my stores, that sort of thing. All right, first item is a pair of Nike shoes. They're Nike Air Max 90s, which are some of my favorite Nikes to resell. Very high sell-through rate, very relatively quick sales. Picked these ones up for $9.99, and they sold for $40 on Poshmark. I was a little bit nervous because of how they turned out after cleaning them. Here's what they look like here. Really nice on the soles, on the sides. Everything on them looks pristine except for the darn toes. You can see there's a couple of spots here, spot or two there. I tried everything that I could to get that out, but whatever. It still worked out. Sold for $40 plus shipping on Poshmark, and again, purchased for $9.99. So as I've mentioned a few times now, I'm going to be going down to Phoenix for a week to watch my son Jonas play in a baseball tournament down there with his high school team. I'm going to be gone from Sunday through Friday, so I'm going to have to do something with my store because I can't just leave it open. I don't have anyone to ship my orders for me when I go out of town. So eBay is different from Poshmark and Mercari and Depop. Those are the 4 platforms that I sell on. Primarily 95% of my orders are on eBay, about 5% on Poshmark, and then every once in a blue moon I sell something on Depop and Mercari. Poshmark, Depop, and Mercari, when you are not able to ship your orders, the only option you have is to shut down your store completely. You must put it on vacation mode or whatever the terms are for each different platform. You must not allow any sales, or basically they will not allow you to sell anything while you're gone, which is certainly not ideal. And on the flip side, it's why I really like eBay, which they have the option to put your store on vacation mode, and then you have a choice. You can either have no sales allowed during the time that you're on vacation, or you can allow sales to happen. And for those of you that don't know what happens when you're on vacation mode and you allow sales, there will be a little note, a little banner of sorts that appears on each listing that will say the seller is away until a certain date, and there will probably be delays in shipping. So whatever date that you input in there, then that is what will show up on the banner. I have done this in the past quite a few times where I've been away and I've had to put my store on vacation mode, but I've always left the sales turned on. And the good news is every single time I've done it, I have had a good, decent number of sales still come through, even though I'm not going to be able to ship these items for, in one case, when I was in Hawaii, it was almost 2 weeks. So that is why I'm a proponent of keeping sales turned on while you're on vacation mode. The only reason I can think of why maybe you wouldn't want to do that is if when you're returning, you are super busy, you might be overwhelmed with having to get back and do whatever it is that you need to get back to do, and then also have items to ship. But whatever, that's a personal decision, obviously, that you can make whatever works best for your business. There is a really good strategy that I also like to use in addition to keeping sales on. We'll get into that here in a little bit after I pull a couple of eBay sales. Well, while filming, I just had a really good sale come in, so that was nice. Sales have, I wouldn't say they've picked up, but it's not absolutely horrific. Still quite a few lower dollar sales items, including this next one here. kind of hard to see in the package, but I'll show you from the listing what it looks like. This is a vintage 1990s t-shirt. Bought it for $1 off of Whatnot. The back of it there says, "Truckin' ain't for sissies." The person that bought it had a trucker in his username, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say he is a trucker himself. So that sold for $1. I bought it for $1, and it sold for $14.24 free shipping. This is another item that I put in my sale. And so I've now had probably 3 or 4 items. I've had 3 items so far sell once I turned on my 25% off sale. So it's been 2 days now. Not great, but I think I only had about 120 items that fit within the parameters. Things that have been listed for more than 90 days, but less than 180 days. So we're not talking about thousands and thousands of items on sale. It's not too many. So that's, can definitely contribute to why I'm not getting a ton of sales from the sales standpoint. I sold a lot of these Marvel Essentials. Pretty sure it's this lot right here, which I know you couldn't see. I picked these up at an estate sale about a year ago. It's the same estate sale that I bought all of my action figures at, that I have sold most of, but bought a ton of action figures and a few other things, including these at this sale. Nothing was a home run, but it was good, steady sales. So picked all these up for 10 cents each, so 40 cents for the lot of 4. And they're just these essential Marvel comics. They're like small omnibuses. So we got Captain America, Iron Man, Uncanny X-Men, and Astonishing Ant-Man. These are definitely what we would call reader copies. They are not in collector condition. If these are in pristine condition, they will sell for much higher than what these sold for. And I just, rather than selling or listing these individually, I could have tried to list these individually for maybe, I don't know, $12 each or something like that. They probably would have sat for a long, long time, so I ended up lotting them and took an offer. So those sold for $21 plus shipping. Not too bad for 40 cents. That is a very large return. I don't know what the percentage is, but very high. Pull one more item, and then we'll get more into the strategy for going out on vacation. I don't know what happened with these. I know what happened with them. I just don't know why. What I mean is I don't know why I bought these. I couldn't remember how much I paid for them, but it was either way it was going to be too much. I'm hoping it was $6.50, but it could have been as much as $12.99. These are a pair of Hoka Bondi 8s or Bondi 7s. Or not. Those are the Arahi 6s. Not even close to what I thought. But so, the reason why, unfortunately, I think I spent $12.99 on them is when you are looking at Hoka, the condition of Hoka shoes, at least when I look at them, first and foremost, I go straight to the soles because usually that's where the vast majority of the wear on them is. And if you look at these, the soles are really nice. Not a lot of wear on them at all. What I mean by that, obviously this isn't rocket science, but you can see there's a lot of tread visible here and down here, these lines. A lot of Hokas, these are completely flat. A lot of this has been rubbed away. A lot of this is worn away. So these are in nice condition from that standpoint. There was quite a bit, so this was what my hesitation was. There was quite a bit of rubbing right there. That's supposed to be all that gray color. I'm going really in depth because the real issue is I just somehow missed that big wear mark. There's those big wear marks. There's those big wear marks. There is wear all over these. Obviously, that significantly lowers the price that you can get for these. So what I think happened is I didn't even look at the top here. I just went straight here. Saw these were $12.99. It's like, that's pretty good for a pair of Hoka Arahi 6s. And I walked out and I ignored these. But then when it came time to listen, of course I thought, why am I beating this with a dead horse? You gotta pay attention better than I did. to condition on your shoes. I did still sell these for a profit. I sold them for $24.99 plus shipping. Somebody will still get, this would be considered a beater pair is what runners will call these. The ones that they just don't care what they look like, but they can still wear them in a pinch. So pay attention, take an extra 20 seconds to look at the condition. I lucked out. I might not even have been able to sell these at all if the soles were in bad condition, but thankfully I lucked out. When it comes to going on vacation and putting your store on vacation mode, yes, allowing sales to still happen will keep some activity going in your store. But the big thing that is true whether you're on vacation or at home is you have to have listing activity available on your store. So if you aren't going to go on a sourcing trip and list when you're out sourcing or on vacation, you're going to have to build up a bank of drafts so you can publish drafts every day or almost every day, preferably every day, while you're gone so that you can keep your store fresh and those listings active. So I usually, at a bare minimum, what I recommend, what I've done in the past is 2 listings a day for every day that you're gone, including the weekends. So I'm going to be gone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days. So I'm going to have a bank draft of at least 10, preferably more. The other reason why I like more is because if you get back and maybe you're still a little jet lagged or you're still a little tired from your vacation, you don't feel obligated to go out and have listings done for that day. So you can still rely on your draft bank to post those listings and to keep your store active. So drafts are extremely important when you go on vacation. So that means you have to put in extra work ahead of time before you go. So I'm lucky and fortunate that I have 2 days left before I actually leave, but I only have 3 listings in my draft bank so far. So I've got to get at least 7 more on top of the 5 listings that I'm going to do tomorrow and the 5 listings that I'm going to do on Sunday. So I need to have 17 things ready to list, 10 of them to post right away, at least 7 to add to my draft bank. That is the best strategy that I have found because you don't want to go on vacation, lose a bunch of sales while you're on vacation, and then not have any listings so that your store completely dies. So that's just kind of like an exponential, hit to your store if you're gone and then you're not having listings going. You could just have your store dry up, shrivel away, and die completely. So it's really, really important to have some drafts saved up for when you go on vacation. I spent 79 cents on a packet of these, and they are slow sellers, but they keep the money coming in. It's a multi-quantity listing. Bought these, like I said, for 79 cents. They're basically bibs for elderly people. This sold for $10.40 free shipping. It's not a huge profit, maybe $4 or $5. Super easy to list, super easy to ship. This next item that sold, these took a long time to sell, but I'm excited to get them out. They take up a decent chunk of room, and it's a decent sale. Right here we've got this lot of kids books. And some of these can sell well. So don't just ignore kids books because you think they might not have any value. Some of them do. This is from a series called The Secrets of Droon. I know the lighting isn't great over here, so let's move back to the table. I was at kind of a flea market of sorts, and there was a vendor that had these out there. They're asking 50 cents each, and there's 26 total books. So I paid the $13 for that. That's what the logo looks like right there. So I was hoping I had the complete series, but I didn't. I only had, I think there's 32 in the series, and I only had 26. So it was really close. I had 1 through 24 in a row, and then 27 and 30. So basically the person that's buying this is going to eventually get the complete collection, but right now they have, 85% of the way there. I had those listed for $70, but then I took an offer for $50 plus shipping on that one. I've had them listed since August. I don't know, somewhere in the summer, so it's been quite a while, and it's time to get them out of the store. I was very happy with the $50 offer. This next item, I feel like it was a gamble or an experiment that turned out positively. Every now and then, there are certain things that I will find, outsourcing, And I just don't understand how there aren't more of these listed, or in this case, I don't know if there were I don't know if there were any others listed. This is a little Michael Kors wristlet, and the model of it is Talia, Talia. Google Lens was my friend on this one, because otherwise would have had no idea. This looks like almost like a makeup bag to me, but I guess it's a little wristlet purse. Picked this up for $7.99 at my favorite thrift store. There just weren't a lot of listings, which surprised me because this sells or sold on the Michael Kors website, I think new for like $70. So it was just surprising that there weren't a lot of pre-owned or there weren't hardly any of these on the resale market. So I went ahead and listed it for $29.99 plus shipping, and it sold in about 2 months, maybe a little bit longer than that. So like I said, it was a little bit of a gamble. I don't really know why. I don't know if there were others listed and they weren't able to identify what the model name is or the style name was. So that could have contributed to why there weren't any others listed. But the same is true for, I just came across these Kate Spade purses. I bought them today, I should say. I've seen them, saw them at my thrift store for a while, but they went on 50% sale today. So this I bought this one for $9.99, and then I bought an identical one that's in not quite a good condition for $7.50. Got a little bit more wear on it. They're made out of nylon, so I think automatically they're probably a little bit on the lower end when it comes to the Kate Spade crossbody purses like that. But my goal is to try and find the exact style code or model or whatever you want to call it. But when I did a quick Google Lens search, I couldn't come up with anything. But I had the worst sourcing day today for a Friday. Friday's normally my only sourcing day. I did go out twice this week, so maybe that was why I didn't have a great day today. But I just think the sourcing opportunities are really bad, as I've mentioned in the past. In March, at my thrift stores, the inventory is down, the prices are still sky high and through the roof, and yeah, I only bought 4 things today in about 3 hours of sourcing. Those 2 purses, I didn't want to buy this, but this is a Nike, maybe like a running vest. Bought it for $7.99. I didn't really comp it, but I think I'm going to shoot for $25 on this. And then the only obvious sure thing pickup of the day are these Olakai shoes. Paid $12.99 for these. They're in super nice condition. These have a very high sell-through rate, almost 100% on that model. So I should get about $40 for those. But that was it. That was rough. So I don't know. I like to have the style or the model before I walk out of the thrift store, because obviously that can make or break your purchase. But on this Kate Spade purses, I just said screw it. Not having a lot of luck, and I need some good inventory to list. So that's why I went ahead and pulled the trigger. And I mean, $17.50 for the 2 of them, I don't think is horribly bad. Love to have paid less, but full price, those were going for $35. So at least I saved quite a bit of money off of the full price. Last item of the day, I sold another Bona wood oil. This is to a brand new buyer. Brand new. They've never bought from me in the past, so hopefully this is all good. And this one sold for $134.95 plus shipping. Again, for you newer viewers, this is all profit. I bought these all for about $1.50 or $2 a can at a flooring store that was going out of business. These are a very high quality product that is scarce and still in demand. So sold this $134.95 plus shipping. So that definitely helps out the day. My overall sales, I just have barely cracked the $2,000 mark for the month of March. I think I'm up to about $2,300 now. It is still not great, But I mean, at this point, if I can somehow make it over 3,000, I will feel okay. But I might not even get to that point, and I haven't got to that point. It's been well over a year since I've had a month below that. It was November. No, it was October of 2023. I had a really, really bad month. But ever since then, I've had $3,000 in up sales months. So kind of frustrating, but I can't get hung up on it too much. I can't focus on it too much, even though I feel like that's all I'm focusing on in my videos, which I apologize about. But you got to just keep pushing forward. Like I mentioned on my last video, or one that I uploaded yesterday, which will be about a week for you today, or by the time you're watching this. I just need to get better inventory, which is why I'm still out there sourcing, and I still, I didn't get a lot of things that I got. 4 items from great brands: Boracay, Nike, Kate Spade, great brands. So that hopefully will, again, help get my store up and going. And maybe April will blow March away with how successful it was. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video today. Thank you, as always, to the PDX Posse members, Gal143, all of you that have subscribed recently and started watching extra old videos of mine to help get my watch hours boosted. Thank you so much. Please like this video if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Good luck with your reselling ventures out there, or your non-reselling ventures out there. Best of luck in everything that's going on in your life. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.